All right, so today I'm just going to go through what the off-season program is going to look like, kind of the expectation of you guys going forward. And then if you guys have any questions, just you guys can send me an email. So to start, if you guys do have access to a gym or a full gym, just let me know so I can just put you guys into the right group. Otherwise, you guys just need to be in the kind of default group for the summer or as long as this goes on of the guys without the equipment. So off-season goals, everything is going to be about intensity and the effort you put in. All right, we're probably going to lose some strength, especially the guys without the gym, but we can at least keep our tendons and ligaments healthy. So when we do get back to training, it's going to be a quicker adaptation instead of waiting for someone who's untrained and hasn't been doing anything all summer. So a couple of analogies, just to kind of look at it. So first one's kind of here we are right now, just kind of treading water. And then once we kind of realize once we can start getting back into the weight room, we kind of have to get ready to swim. Right. But the main point is that you have to be in the water ready to go. All right. You can't be just waiting on the side. And then when we find out that we're ready to go, expecting just to hop in and be where everyone else is. All right. So we should be doing this work right now. So when we are getting back into a weight room and getting back into football, we can just kind of take off running, or in this case, swimming. All right. The main point is that you need to be ready to go whenever that is. All right. Not everyone's really sure when we're going to get back into it. So the more prepared we are now, the easier that transition is. A second way to look at it is kind of like we're all bulls just waiting at a rodeo, just ready to go, right? So everyone kind of goes to see the bulls. No one really cares about anything else, right? And then when we're ready to go, you're either going to be one or two. You're either going to be that bull on top who is doing their job and kicking people off, or you're going to be that bull on the bottom who just kind of didn't do what they were expected to do because they weren't ready to go. So goals this offseason is going to be injury prevention. Once we get back into it, that risk of non-contact injuries, so our running injuries, our jumping injuries, our making change of direction injuries are going to be the highest. The stuff that we're doing, it's not going to be the most exciting. There's going to be no heavy weights, no PRs, nothing like that, but it's essential going forward. All right, when we kind of look at our plyometrics and speed and our conditioning, by the end of this, we should be the fastest and most explosive team. All right, kind of going with this idea of a 4-quarter warm-up where we should be able to play an entire game, or I want us to be able to play an entire game and still ready to go after that. All right, there should be no excuse that we shouldn't be conditioned or be faster and more explosive once football picks back up. All right, just kind of go over it again. Maintenance, we're just looking at joint health, range of motion, making sure we're doing what we can to keep those tendons and ligaments healthy. Our prehab, rehab, if you guys haven't noticed, more specific warm-ups and cool-downs, and then our plyo speed and conditioning. It's developing speed. It's really short runs. I'm not asking you guys to go out there and run miles on miles. It's like 30-second sprints with a pretty long rest period. All right, so for the workouts I'm going to go through, you don't need any equipment. So there should be no excuse of, oh, I didn't have this, I don't have that. If you do have equipment, it can be used, but it's not essential. All right, so when we take a look at our warm-ups going forward, each day has a different warm-up. Some of them have videos attached, some of them don't, but they're all stuff we've pretty much done. The focus on here is that prehab, rehab, where let's fix and correct what we can while our impact is low. All right, so each portion of the warm-up has mobility, where we're working on range of motion in those shoulders, hips, and ankles. We're going to work on stability, shoulders, back, knees, making sure everything is working the way it should be. And then our activation is getting you ready for that workout. All right, so I've added in some athlete development. It's similar to those mat drills we did. It's just one development skill a day. That way we can build on it and kind of get used to it as we go. This warm-up should take about 15 to 20 minutes in total. All right, when we take a look at the actual workout, we're going to go with 2 circuits a day for the most part. The point of this is to keep the intensity high. I'm not trying to kill you guys with 1,000 push-ups and 1,000 air squats. The point of it is to get you guys a little bit out of breath, moving station to station. All right, so I kind of broke down just how it's supposed to work if you haven't figured it out yet. So if we look at circuit 1, minute 1, I'm doing 7 broad jumps. Minute 2, I'm doing 12 push-ups with rotations. So that rotation is moving on to a single arm. Minute 3, 12 Bulgarian split squats on my right. Minute 4, 12 Bulgarian split squats on my left. I repeat this for 12 rounds or 12 minutes. All right. Then I take that 120-second rest or 2-minute rest. And then at any point, especially the split squats, if you have dumbbells, you can use dumbbells, but you don't need them. All right. for circuit 2, where it has that floating half needle dumbbell press, if you look in the notes, it's going to tell you what to do if you don't have a dumbbell. All right, these circuits should take you around 30 minutes total with all the rest and kind of getting set up for each of them. All right, each day kind of has a finisher. It's either going to be some core or a hip circuit. This one you can go at your own pace, but the goal is to get that work done because this is going to help fix imbalances and help with our injury prevention. All right, they're going to be surprisingly hard, and if they're hard, you're doing them right. All right, we shouldn't fly through these. We should be trying to create as much tension in our body the whole time. This should take you about 10 minutes. Then each day we got a little bit of recovery. All right, so no excuse that when we come back, we're not a little bit more mobile, a little bit more limber. All the movements we've done in a workout, or they have an explanation within them. All right, they should all just be in a nice flow. We're not forcing any positions that we're not used to, and we're not forcing any stretches that may cause injury. This should take about 10 minutes. So from start to finish, including your warm-up and your recovery, you're looking at about an hour a day. All right, just a little bit more than an hour a day, actually. This is 3 times a week. All right, our 4th day is going to be a track day. This track day is going to replace our heavy lifting, and the intensity needs to be high. All right, it's very similar to our mat drills that we were used to doing. However, now we're trying to increase intensity, whereas those mat drills, we're trying to get a little bit more volume in. All right, during this, we're going to rest as if we're going for 1 rep max each time. It should take about 90 seconds minimum between each rep. If you're taking less than that, or if you're not tired, you didn't work hard enough in the drill. All right. Once again, this is like us going for our 1 rep max, so we should be taking appropriate rest. This workout alone should take you over 60 minutes. When I go to my track day, in the notes, you're going to see 2 attached forms. If these forms don't work for you, let me know. I can send them to you. It has a warm-up and a track workout. You're going to run through each warm-up, each movement in the warm-up twice. You want to look at the minimum foot contacts. All right, so for the high knees, it's 20 total in 10 yards. You want to look at the running speed. All right, so the running speed out of our 20 foot contacts is 50 to 75%. We're going to jog for 10 yards out of that and then walk back for 30. So that high knee warm-up should take you 30 yards to get the whole thing done. And then you just follow the list in the same way. All right. When we move on to the actual workout, all right, same idea. It tells you your running speed, it tells you the distance, and it tells you when you're accelerating, when you're decelerating, and when you're walking back. All right, another thing on there is this little arrow with an L and an R on it. So that's going to refer to your body position and your foot placement. All right, so pay attention to where those are, especially in the karaoke run, the 45-degree run, and the 90-degree run. That 45-degree run and 90-degree run meant to work on some footwork. Read the example so you know what your feet are doing instead of guessing. When eventually we get back to actual workouts and get back to football, we just got to be patient. All right, so we're going to just follow the same process of circuit training and a little bit of track workouts until we're cleared to be back in the gym. Once we get back into a gym, we're slowly going to reintroduce weights. We're just to kind of see who are the doers and who are the ones that made excuses and just click their team builder off. All right. We can't just go back into heavy weights and high intensity, especially for the guys who haven't been doing anything. For the guys who were doing stuff and doing the circuit training, it's going to be a lot easier to get back into it versus the ones who are doing nothing. All right. So basically at the end, we're going to end up with 3 different groups. The guys who have that full gym access, again, let me know if you do, you're going to be the biggest, fastest, strongest, or you should be, and in the lowest risk of non-contact injury. For the guys who don't have a gym but have been putting in the work, you'll be a little bit weaker, but everything will be healthy, and your adaptation will happen in a couple of weeks to get back to playing shape or even weight room shape. For the guys who didn't have a gym and didn't do the work, you're going to be the highest of non-contact injuries in anything we do. And the longer this goes on and the less you do stuff, the longer it's going to take you to adapt and get ready to play. All right, so that's it. If you guys got any questions, just let me know. You guys should have my number. You guys definitely have my email. So this is going to go on these workouts for 3 weeks. And then after those 3 weeks, I'm going to change them up a little bit. And then we're going to go for another 4 weeks or until as long as this goes on.